of how honor to be part of the celebration of life of Jessie. We're gathering here today to remember someone who brought light into everyone's life they met. And honestly, I think if he was here with us, he'd probably crack a joke to like this was who he was. Happy go lucky. Happy go lucky. That person who walk into a room and shift that energy. So I would like to invite you to join me in a word of prayer. Gracious God, we gather to give thanks and praise for sharing Jessie with us. And the joy that you brought, the kindness that you gave, the love that you shared, ripple through this world beyond. We give you thanks for the time that you had on earth, the laughter, the light, the simple moments that now shine so brightly in our hearts. We give you thanks for Jesse's solace, for his joy, for his compassion, for his willingness to listen without judgment and give without asking. And we know that life is all too short. We ask you to bless us with memories of Jesse as we speak his name, as we remember the joy that he gave us. God, we ask you to help us to honor his life by practicing compassion and joy and kindness. Pray this in the precious name of Jesus. Amen. This time we listen to some words from the Apostle Paul. Paul's writing to the church in Corinth. Corinth was a bit like modern day New Orleans. A bit of a mess of people. He spent more time writing this group of people than anyone else. Probably wrote 6 or 7 letters. Now I should hear these words. Love is patient. Love is kind. Not envious or boastful or arrogant or rude. Love does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable. It keeps no record of wrongs. It rejoices. It does not rejoice in wrongdoing, but rejoices in the truth. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends. This celebrates life. This text is often used at weddings in 1 Corinthians. Many folks who don't know it in church still have heard these words. And it's difficult in these hours of loss to think about what still remains when we are missing someone. I believe precious things remain regardless of the turmoil, which is why this text comes to mind. So Paul lays out 3 things. Faith remains. We can remember that God will never forsake us or abandon us. As we remember Jesse, the memories of his we'll be able to hold on to the rest of our lives. And we'll have some time of sharing later on where you can share a few words about Jesse. We remember how hope remains. For me, and I believe Jesse, candles represent more hope in this world than anything else. They're small glimpses of light in the midst of darkness. And as I learn stories about Jesse, it seems as if he was light in the midst of all of these situations. And finally, remember that love remains. As Paul said, the greatest gift we're given is love. It remains in the midst of all our struggles, when all hope seems to be lost, when everything seems to be in chaos. Remember that hope, faith, hope, and love remain. Single reflection of the divine and one another. In many ways, Jesse embodied what it means to be a good neighbor, not following rules, but with
I'm going to apologize in advance for hiccup, for a choke up. But I just felt like I need to say something. Just about my walk. For those who haven't met yet, my name is Mickey. I'm his grandson. Growing up love, I didn't really spend too much time, because the proximity, we live in Palm Springs, married chocolate. We live over here in the rain, so it wouldn't be too much of a, just wouldn't be able to see him often. So it's kind of just like on off seeing him, but when he did come to our house or apartment where we lived at, you wouldn't be able to notice him because he'd bring a giant bag, boy ball on, bowl for on, whatever like myriad is that we have, that we like, you're into our interests, do it all. never fails just to provide for us so far. So, bring that up just to, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of other things that can be said. I'll share another story that I had, just to kind of give a picture of who he was. This was my 18th birthday, and I went to go all out in parties. So we had a large gathering of my high school friends, middle school friends, young friends alike. And I didn't know he was coming. And so I was just folded outside backyard, hanging out with everybody. And I walked inside to get my vat of kombucha. I don't know if you guys remember that vat of kombucha that I made. Show that. But I went inside, and I just hear a little rustling in our dining table to our right. Over. It was him, just eating a plate of just taco meat, just like carnitas, whatever was there for the leftovers. He said, "Oh, hey." And that's all he said, and that's just all he did. That's all he wanted to show. He didn't want to make a grand picture and say, "Guys, I'm here." Like, it's your grandpa. He just wanted to just be in the moment. Just wanted to be still, to know that he loved was just around and helping. And I think that's just embodied of who he was. Someone that's patient, someone that's nice, and that is something that I really want for us to remember him. Just to keep in life in our hearts. He was these things. My grandpa wasn't someone that liked to talk about himself as much as he was a great guy. He never really just wanted to speak about his goodness, but he wanted to share the goodness that we all had. He wanted to hear about our problems. He wanted just to be there with listening to Filipino music in the car, being surprised that even I, in this day and age, listened to that. But that was just him. That was him in a nutshell. That was just who he was. We know how much he loved us. I don't even know what I'm rambling about right now. I just wanted to say things about it before we get this. But yeah, that was him. That's all I have to say, honestly. I didn't really get there. Yeah.
One word to describe my grandpa is happy. I've never known anyone else who's so happy and content in any circumstance. Whether it be going to the zoo or going to see his doctor, it was one and the same. No matter how important or how mundane of an activity, he was just happy to be around you. But if you wanted to see him happiness, you would bring him to McDonald's in the morning, listening to 70s and 80s disco music to get his favorite coffee, with 2 creams and 2 sugars, and an order of hot cakes with strawberry preserves and the lightest maple syrup. He was a simple man with simple pleasures, but behind that simplicity was a lot of love, and a quiet strength that didn't need to announce itself to be done. His battle with cancer was hard, but never once did I hear him think from, and that's how he lived his life. I'll miss him in a quiet way. I'll see him in every McDonald's coffee cup. I'll see him in various Filipino snacks that he always brought for us in excess. And I'll hear him in finger taps to old love swings. Sorry. But I know a part of him stays with him. In small moments, we sit together. If you ask me how I remember him, it's simple. In a world that gives 1,000 reasons to complain or he found joy in people, in music, and in a perfect cup of coffee. And that's the part of him I'll carry with me, the choice to be happy and to share that happiness, even in the smallest ways.
Over you is I hope you will find Jessie in that cup of coffee and the joy of some good Filipino food, the joy of laughter, and pure and utter kindness.